They say Michael Jackson was born to be a star, but what they don't tell you is the brutal amount of work it took to reach that level. Most people only saw the smooth moves, but behind those flawless performances were sleepless nights, relentless practice, and a drive that would break most people. Want to know how MJ really became the king of pop? Let's dig into the insane work ethic that fueled his rise. Michael Jackson wasn't just a performer, he was a perfectionist. While the world saw the moonwalk and iconic music videos, few knew about the blood, sweat, and sacrifices he made behind the scenes. This video is going to break down the unbelievable effort Michael put into his craft, from his non-stop rehearsals to his obsession with getting everything just right. By the end, you'll understand why no one could ever come close to him. Ready to dive in? Let's start by addressing something important. We often hear about natural talent, but talent alone won't make someone a global icon. Michael Jackson was definitely gifted, but what really set him apart was his insane work ethic. The problem is, people don't realize just how hard he worked. They see the magic, but not the struggle, and that's exactly what we're going to explore today. At a young age, Michael was already performing with his brothers as part of the Jackson 5. But even then, it wasn't all fun and games. Hours and hours of grueling rehearsals, often under the strict eye of his father, Joe Jackson, shaped his work ethic. The challenge? Maintaining that level of discipline wasn't easy, especially for a child, but Michael kept pushing. Early discipline. From a young age, Michael Jackson was taught one thing: hard work beats talent. Growing up in the Jackson 5, his father Joe Jackson pushed him and his brothers hard, and Michael absorbed every lesson. He wasn't just singing or dancing because he had to. He was obsessed with getting better. Michael practiced relentlessly, spending long hours mastering every detail, and that intense work ethic never left him. He didn't just want to be good, he wanted to be the best. Michael studied other performers and learned from them. He analyzed how to control his voice, how to move on stage, and how to connect with the audience. His attention to detail was extreme, and he wasn't afraid to push himself far beyond the limits of most artists. While others would be done for the day, Michael kept going, always looking for ways to improve.
Describe the performance that you put on.
What I do?
Yeah.
Well, most of my songs are fast.
I mean, what do you put into it?
Well, whatever I sing, that's what I really mean. Like I'm singing a song. I don't sing it if I don't mean it.
Rehearsing to perfection. Michael Jackson's rehearsals were legendary. He wasn't just going through the motions, he was living and breathing every note and every movement. Before any major tour or performance, Michael would spend hours, even days, perfecting his craft. He wasn't satisfied until everything, from his dance steps to the lighting to how the audience would respond, was exactly as he envisioned.
Okay, can you just bring up the lights one more time, please? All of these breaks have to really be clean, you guys, as far as movement. Don't go into them, easily. You have to really, I swear to you, I'm looking at it. Really effective. Bump, bump. Can we just take it from the first, I'm working. By the way, I'm hoarse, so I'm saving my throat. That's why I'm not singing.
Take his Dangerous tour, for example. He didn't just run through the show once and call it a day. Michael would rehearse full performances multiple times until every move and note was flawless. Even when his team thought it was perfect, Michael often said, "Let's do it again." He was relentless in his pursuit of perfection because for him, good wasn't good enough.
Don't move this time, but I just want to make sure everybody have it embedded into their head, the rhythm, because I still see some people going before they should. You and I do it. I ain't working. I'm tired of you. Can't get my job. Working every day. Bop, bop, on a 9 to 5. You're doing wrong. Gonna do it better. Gonna put the beat. Gonna bend the D. Got it?
Obsession with studio time. Michael's drive didn't stop when it came to live performances. He brought the same work ethic to the recording studio. He would spend countless hours working on his songs, especially during the making of Thriller, which became the best-selling album of all time. Quincy Jones, the legendary producer of the album, often shared stories about how Michael would not stop until every single sound was exactly right. One of the best examples is the making of Billie Jean. This iconic track wasn't just thrown together in a day. It took weeks to get everything perfect. The beat, the vocals, the atmosphere. Michael was obsessed with every small detail. While other artists might have settled for a good take, Michael didn't stop until he knew it was flawless. His commitment to quality is what made his music timeless.
So we're mixing Billie Jean, and I adore Michael. He's the greatest. And Michael is very, very polite, and he's a wonderful guy to work with. And he would say, Bruce, that's perfect, but let's try one more. And this is like mix 80. And so I say, no problem. So we did it. And then finally we got up to mix 91. And Quincy came in the control room and said, what are you guys doing in here all this time? And so we told him, Quincy, we're mixing Billie Jean. And we got a fabulous mix. And Quincy Jones cuts right to the chase and he says, let me hear it. Let me hear this POS you think you're making so perfect. So we played it for him. Came to the end, got real quiet in the control room. Quincy said to me and Michael, he said, okay guys, let's listen to mix 2. So we played mix 2, it blew it all away. I mean, that was the most badass mix. That's what went out on Billie Jean, mix 2.
Pushing physical limits. Michael wasn't just about singing. His dancing was legendary. But executing those jaw-dropping moves required him to be in top physical shape. His dance routines were intense, and to perform them night after night, Michael had to train like an athlete. Hours of dance rehearsals, sometimes on top of long studio sessions, were a regular part of his routine. The moonwalk, for example, didn't just happen overnight. It took hours upon hours of practice to get it right. During the Bad Tour, Michael would rehearse his dance moves for hours, making sure every movement was perfect. After a long day of rehearsal, he would head straight to the studio to work on new material. Michael's workdays often stretched 12 to 14 hours, and yet he'd still find the energy to run through a routine just one more time. His stamina was unmatched. Never satisfied, always improving. Even after becoming one of the most successful artists of all time, Michael wasn't satisfied. The massive success of Thriller didn't slow him down. In fact, it only made him work harder. Most artists would have taken a break, but not Michael. He immediately started planning what he could do next. Bigger, better, and more groundbreaking. When he performed at the Super Bowl halftime show in 1993, he set a new standard for live performances. But Michael didn't rest on that achievement. He kept pushing himself to do more, to be even better. He believed there was always room to improve, no matter how great something was. This mindset is what separated Michael from everyone else. He didn't rest on his success. He always wanted to outdo himself. That drive for constant improvement is what made him the king of pop. By exploring these key aspects of Michael Jackson's work ethic, it's clear why he became a global icon. He wasn't just talented. He worked harder than anyone else to be the best, and that determination is what took him to the top. His story isn't just one of success, it's one of relentless effort, discipline, and passion for his craft. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Michael Jackson's work ethic, make sure to like, share, and drop a comment below with your favorite MJ moment. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content.